I'm Amy. Today let's do an advanced reformer Pilates workout. My reformer, as you can see, is on the floor. This workout can also be done with a standard reformer that is about 12-14 inches high. Either one will work. Join me. Let's get started. We're going to straddle over the machine. I've got one blue spring on, bar is down, and let's take a wide position, turn out, pull our abs in, place the hands on top of the shoulder blocks, and find a flat back position. On the inhale, press the carriage out, pushing the chest towards the carriage, pull abs in to roll back up to flat back. Press out, inhale, through the nose, exhale, through the mouth to roll back up. Press out, tuck the tailbone under to roll back up, slide the shoulders down and press out and flat back. And rolling up, let's do 4 more times. We're just warming up the spine, warming up the legs. And rolling up, that's 1. Inhale, press out, hands reach one way, sit bones reach the other way, and 2. Press out to roll up, look towards the belly button, pull abs in. 1 more time, press out, big stretch, roll through the spine, all the way up to flat back. Now maintain that flat back, step over onto your left foot, bring the right leg out, reach the left arm into the hip, so hand on hip, and then press out with that right hand for 10 and 9. We've got that right leg lifted, 8. As high as we can keep it out of the low back and keep our hips square. And press on the exhale. We've got 4 more, and 4. Pull abs in, 3 and 2 and 1. Bring the carriage in. Come down and place hands on the rails and then lift up into a elephant position, reach down through the heels, and then shift forward into front plank. Let's take that right leg, bring it through the shoulder blocks, and then left leg through the shoulder blocks for a mountain climber variation. Each time we come back to our plank position, lock it in through the glutes and the abs, press the chest away from the floor so that you have support between the shoulder blades, and pull the leg into the chest as abs pull into the spine. 3 more sets. 3 and 2 and 1. Lower down and stepping over to the other side of the machine. Let's take that left hand on the shoulder block. We're standing on the right leg. We've got left leg straight out behind us, right hand on hip, and press. 1 and 2. I've got weight in my heel of my standing foot, 4 and 5. So I'm kind of sitting back into that standing foot, 6 and 7 and 8. Lift that left leg up, 9. Keep the hips square, and 10. Coming back in to our plank position. This time let's do plank twist. Hands on rails, find that plank position. Legs are squeezing together. Support between the shoulder blades. Now rotate to one side, rotate to the other side. Keep the legs squeezing tightly together. From the ribs down, we are rotating, but we're keeping shoulders square and straight line head to feet. This is a full body rotation and rotate, meaning we're not breaking at the waist. And rotate and rotate. Rotate. Let's do 3 more sets here, and 3. Getting a nice warm up here, and 2. And last one, and 1. And rotate. Come down, rise up, and let's step to the side of the machine for a leg set. We're going to stand facing our risers and hold on to our long loop. We've got our blue spring on. If you have a reformer that's higher, 12-14 inches, you might want your short loop on this one. On the exhale, step back with the inside leg and pull in for a rowing pull and return to upright. Let's do 5 of these. So step back, we've got even weight distribution on the legs once we're in our lunge position, and pull. Spine is vertical, lean back into the weight to maintain that vertical spine and keep the chest open. Step and pull. Next time, step back, stay there, hold it and pull for 5 and 4 and 3, and 2. One more time, and 1. Now, rise up onto the outside leg. For me, it's my left leg. Put the hands through the short loop. Lift the free leg up and bend the left leg 10 times. 1 and 2. Pull onto that short loop for a little stability. 3, 4, 5, 6. Lift the right leg up. 7. Open the chest. 8. Bend and straighten. 9 and 10. And rise up. Come down to a kneeling position on the carriage. We're going to grab onto our short loop and we're going to do a rotation pull low to high. So start low and lift up high. And rotate and pull. So rotate low and high. Rise up for more challenge and add the rotation and then sit back down. Rise up and rotate. This is a neutral spine exercise, so keep the spine vertical, press with the arms, press with the back of the legs if you are doing the high kneeling position. Pull abs in to stabilize. Exhale on the rotation. One more time. Rotate. From here, just step back so that you're facing the reformer. Take your long loop. Take your deep squat position, sumo squat. We're going to rotate across. On this one, let's keep our legs and our hips still and just rotate the rib cage. So head and rib cage are both rotating. We're powering with the arms. Our knees are tracking over the middle of the foot, and we've got our deep squat position. Hopefully we're getting a little inner thigh stretch too as we hold this challenge. One more time. And rise up. To transition to the other side, we're going to go back to a plank modification. This time we're going to do single leg mountain climber from Arabesque. So let's take our elephant position, feet together. Lift our right leg up, find that big stretch, long line from head to foot. Now shift shoulders forward, bend that leg into chest, and back up to Arabesque. 1 and 2. Lift the abs into the spine. And 3. Get a great stretch in the legs. Reach long through both feet. 4, 5. Let's switch to the other leg. Lifting, Arabesque, find that great stretch. Feels so good. And then through the shoulder blocks and back up for 1. And 2. Knee to chest and Arabesque 3. And 4. One more time. In and lift. Slower down. Rise up. Let's come to the other side of the machine. So I'll be pulling with my left hand, stepping back with my left foot. Let's start here. Widen the chest, right hand on hip, and we're going to step back and pull into our single arm row and rise up for 5 and 4. If you are on a machine that's raised up off the floor, you might want to take your short loop for this one and pull, but I've got my long since my Allegro is on the floor. Lunge position and 5 times row. 5 and 4. Keep the chest open, hips square. 3 and 2 and 1. Rise up and now come forward, grasp onto that short loop with both hands. Lift the inside leg up, square everything out, standing leg, 10 times bend. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Lift that leg up high. 7, squeeze the glutes. 8, open the chest. 9, reach long head to foot. 10, rise up. Now let's go to our rotation set. So we're going to start kneeling on the carriage. Let's take our short loop, and this one we're going to go low to high. So square out the hips, low and high on the diagonal. Exhale to lift. Let's do one more like this. Exhale and lift. For more challenge, rise up and then lift on that diagonal and sit back down. Power through the back of the legs and keep weight in the tops of the feet. Find that straight line from head to knee when the strap is lifted overhead. Power with the arms, pull the abs in. Let's do 2 more times and lift. 1 more time and lift. Feel those abs working. Now let's step back Let's go into our wide position. Sink down, square out our hips, open the knees over the middle of the foot and rotate. 1 and 2 and 3. This is heavy. 4, this is hard. So stabilize those hips to help stabilize the low back. Press with the arms and breathe. Let's do 3 more. 3 and 2 and last 1. And rising up. Let's switch our springs now. Let's put one red spring on and let's take our blue spring off. We're going to go into an arm set. So let's turn, face our risers, grab onto our short loop and start with a reciprocal arm pattern. Since we're on our short loop here, we want some more tension, so let's scoot back a little bit away from our shoulder blocks, open the chest, bend one arm as if you're punching up towards the ceiling, and the other arm presses straight back behind, and then alternate. The arm that's pressing straight back, that palm is facing back. The arm that's lifting, punch that arm up towards the ceiling. Even work through both arms, even tension in both straps. This is our reciprocal arm pattern, and pull. For more challenge, rise up and keep going. You could also stay seated and pull, and pull. Long line from head to knee if you are raised up. Keep that connection through the inner thighs for stability. And pull. Let's do one more time. And pull. And pull. Let's take our left foot forward and have our right leg back. Let's have our right toes curled under on the carriage. We're going to start here with a bicep curl pattern. Arms lifted, bicep curl for 5 times. And 4. Square the hips out, pull the abs in. 3. Arms are lifted, but collarbone is wide. 2. One more time. And 1. Keep going with that, or for more challenge, maintain your bicep curl, but rise up. And then, as you straighten the arms, bend the knees, and then straighten the knees for bicep curl for 1. And 2. So just adding in a leg challenge, 3, and a balance challenge, and 4. And 5. Now stay low with the legs. 5 more times biceps. 5. Squeeze the glutes. 4. Get low. And 3. Arms lifted for more challenge. 2. And 1. Lower down. And now let's sit down onto our heels. Keep holding onto our short loops. Lean the body forward slightly. Lift the arms up behind us. Bend and straighten. For 10 times, tricep kickback. Keep a straight line from head to sit bone. Try not to let the neck droop down. For more challenge, rise up. So you're more in a zigzag or lightning bolt shape, but keep reaching arms straight back behind. Upper arm stays still, forearm is moving. One more time, lift up and hold it. Circle your arms around. 5 and 4. Abs in tighter with each circle. 3, 2, and 1. Other way. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Sit down. We are going back to biceps with the other foot forward. Let's take our right foot forward. Left toes are curled under so we can find our stability there. Rise up, arms reaching out, and 5 times. 5 and 4. Square the hips out. And 3. Lengthen the spine up. And 2. And 1. For more challenge, find that bicep curl and rise up in bicep curl. Now, legs bend as arms straighten out, and then rise up for 5 and 4. Both legs are working. And 3. We're connecting through the upper inner thigh. 2. Abs are pulling in. And 1. Now lower down, get super low, stay there. Bicep curl. Arms lift up high for more challenge. 2. And 3. Chest is open. Keep breathing. 4. And one more time. And 5. Let's lower down. Let's place our loops down. And now we'll go into a plank challenge. For this one, let's take our bar up to our high bar position. We still have our red spring on. Let's rise up and face the foot bar. Place both hands shoulder distance apart. Walk the feet back about 2/3 down the carriage and squeeze the heels together in a V-foot position. Pull abs in. Push your hips way back. This shoulder position is going to stay the same through this exercise. So press out with the legs, but keep the shoulders right where they are. Once you're in your plank, do one push-up, and then legs come back into start. Press out with the legs, pull the abs in, one time push-up, and return. Press out to plank. Squeeze the legs tight. Push up and return. Press out. Long line head to foot for that push-up. That's 4 and 5. Pressing out and 6 and 7. Press out and 8. If you need more spring assistance, walk your feet forward a little bit. And 9, one more time. Press out, find that plank position. One more push up, down, up. Bring it in. Now we're going to do a rotated star prep. So let's start and turn our feet. I have my feet turning to the left. I've got my right hand on the bar with my thumb on the same side as my fingers. Left hand, reach it through to the opposite ankle. Hold. Pull abs in. Find that shoulder position with shoulder pushing back, and then press out. Uncurl into the side plank and return. 5 times. And 4. Bring the feet underneath you, reach the hips back, keep that shoulder still in space. Abs in and reach and in. One more time and reach and pull it in. Press out to that side plank and hold. For more challenge, let's bend those legs in and out for 8 times. And 2 and 3. Lengthen the waist. 4 and 5. Keep those shoulders sliding down. 6. 2 more times. And 7. Last one. Bend. Straighten, press out. Now straight legs come in. One more time. Rotate, reach through and stretch. Take a breath. And let's switch it to the other side. So we're turning our feet to the right. We've got our left hand on the bar. Push the sit bones back. Reach the hand to the opposite ankle. Find the shoulder position. Pull the abs in and then press out to side plank and in for 1. Out and in 2 and 3. Press out, reach long. 4 and press out and 5 and in. Now let's press out and hold it there for our leg bends. So press out, bend the legs in and out. Find the full range of motion for the leg bend where you can keep your torso position. And inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. That's 4. Let's do 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2. Love to do this side body strengthening. It's so important for our core work. Keep the legs straight. Bring the carriage in with straight legs. Reach and stretch. Find that diagonal stretch. Feels so good. And then stepping off the machine. Let's take our bar down for the next set. So let's just bring it all the way into the lowest position. And also let's switch our spring. So we have one red on. Let's switch it to one blue. Let's take that red spring off. So we've got one blue spring. And now let's turn and face our shoulder blocks. Grab onto that right strap, pull it and loop it around the right foot. And then rise up to standing in a 3-point position. Hands on the shoulder blocks, left foot in the middle. So here's our tripod, our 2 hands and 1 foot. We're gonna bend the right leg in, both legs are bent. Then we're gonna press the right leg out straight and straighten both legs. So it's inhale, both legs bent. Exhale, straighten and reach through both legs. Bend and reach. That's 3. Pull the abs in and power through the legs on this. As we push this right leg out, let's power through the back of that right leg and pull our abs in so we feel like this work is coming from the leg, coming from the booty, and press. 4 more. 4. Keep the weight back in the standing heel. 3. So we've got the weight back in the heel so we don't pitch forward as we kick the leg out. 1 more time and press. Let's bring it in. And now come down onto the left knee. Put it all the way in the back corner of the reformer, come down onto the left elbow and turn into this rotated position. Let's do our karate kick. Press. We're going to do 8 of these. And press. Keep the waist long. As we reach that leg out straight and lengthen the waist, keep that waist lengthened as the leg bends in. We've got this turnout position so we can work the side booty. And press. Keep the shoulders down, keep the neck long. Press, one more time. And press. Now let's keep going with our leg work and go all the way down onto our side and take our left elbow onto the headrest. Extend that right leg out straight, lengthen the waist, and then swing the leg forward and back. Let's go full range of motion, forward. Disassociate the torso and the legs. So as the leg swings forward, our torso is staying still and we're reaching long with our top sit bone to help keep that waist position. And good. One more time and press. Now on our next one, when we press that leg down, let's lift it up and circle it around, and let's do the biggest leg circle that we can keep our torso long. And 2, big circle, and 3. Go all the way to the lengthened position and then reverse it for 3 more times. And 3, and 2, one more time. Hopefully your booty is burning by now. And 3. Bend the leg in, and now let's take this same strap, hold it, and turn onto our back. We're doing an ab set now. Let's take the left hand and put it through the short loop and fold legs into tabletop position. Flatten the low back, lift up into ab curl, and take right hand behind our head. Let's do a straight arm lift and lower for 5. 1, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, 2, and 3. Stay lifted into the high ab curl. And 4, support the head with the hand. And 5. On the next arm pull, press the arm down, and then legs are going to go straighten and bend. Keep the back flat. Find a range when you straighten the legs out where your low back stays weighted into the carriage. That's 3. And 4. And 5. Now straighten the left leg out only. Our arm is going to bend and straighten. Legs stay still. Bend and straighten. Stay lifted up high. Bend. Reach long through that straight leg. Bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. Switch the legs. Keep going with the arm for 5 more. 5. Elbow can be grounded. Elbow can be hovering, but just keep the elbow still in space, whichever one you choose. Pull abs in tighter with each extension. One more time. And straight. Bend that arm in. Now reach the legs straight up to the ceiling. Reach the arms straight. Legs go down and up for 5 times. Again, find a range where your back stays flat. Maybe you lower 3 inches, maybe you lower 12 inches. Whatever is working for you, lower and lift. One more time. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Lower the head down. Whew, that is a long ab set. Let's roll up. And let's do it again. So we're going to start in our 3-point position. After we loop this long loop around our left foot, and let's take our hands onto the shoulder blocks. Right foot in the center, so we've got our tripod set up. Pull abs in, bend both legs, square the hips, and kick it out for 1. As we kick the leg out, both legs will straighten, and then both legs will bend as we come in. Press. Weight is back in the standing heel. Press. And press. You can lift the leg up as high as you can keep hips square. This can also be done with a rotated hip, but we're doing the square hip version. And press. And press. Last 3. Bend it in and power through the leg to press. We don't have too much weight in our hands here. A lot of weight in that standing foot. One more time. And press and bring it in. Okay, we've got our karate kicks. Let's take that right knee, put it back on the corner of the carriage. We're going to rotate onto our right elbow, rotate our body into a neutral position or a flat back position, and then press the leg out and bend it in, keeping our waist long, and press. I've got my right hand around my right shoulder block and press. And my right elbow is inside the shoulder block. And press. 2 more times, and press. Last one, abs in and press. Lengthen that waist. Now let's lower down all the way onto our side, putting our right elbow onto the headrest, extending the left leg out totally straight, lengthen the waist, sweep the leg front and back. 1, and reach long. Each time we bring the leg back, go full range of motion. If the strap is hitting your face, you're going a little too far, and press, but do keep the waist long, keep the sit bones reaching long. 1 more time, and press. Now we're going into our circle, so we're going to press into our long position. Lift the leg up, circle it around. Big circle for 1 and 2. 1 more time, and 3. Let's go the other way. As the leg comes forward, we're reaching in opposition with the sit bone. Our head is light in our hand because we're pulling our abs in and sliding our shoulders down. So our head is not heavy in the hand. And circle. Now let's turn onto our back, and we're going to take the loop, the short loop in the right hand, and bend our legs into our tabletop position. Let's pull the abs in, lift up to ab curl, taking the left hand behind the head, and then right arm. We'll reach up and press down for 5. And 4. Lift into the highest ab curl. 3. And 2. 1 more time, and 1. On the next one, press the arm down, legs go out and in for 5 times, and 4. Let's keep that back flat, and 3. Reach long through the strap. Keep the spine stable. It's hard because we're getting pulled to one side, and 1. Now bend the arm, straighten the right leg out, hold the leg position, and bend and straighten that right arm for 1, 2, and 3. Reach long through the hand and through the foot. 4 and 5. Let's switch the legs and keep going for 5 more. Even weight on the back of the hips. 5 and 4. Support the head with the hand, and 3. Elbow is still in space. Forearm is moving. 2. 1 more time, and reach it long. Fold the legs in and reach them up. Now keep the arms still and lower the straight legs down and lift them up for 5 times. Again, find a range where this work stays in the abs. And 2, lower and lift. 3, if you get really low, squeeze that booty. And 4, 1 more time. And 5. And lowering down. Let's roll up, and we're going to change our spring setting. We had our blue, but now let's go to our red spring, because we're going to do a single leg in strap set. And let's start with our left foot in the strap. So grab onto your left strap, turn and lie down onto your back. And then let's take our left foot into the long loop, fold both legs in, and square out our hips. We're going to do a reciprocal pattern first, where the left leg will push out and then bend in, and then the right leg will straighten. So just bend and straighten. We're just getting set up here. Our arms are narrow by the sides, palms are down, wrists are long, chest is open, and we're keeping our hips square. Next time our left leg straightens out, just hold it there, reach the right leg straight up to the ceiling, and now scissor for 5. So 1, let's do our full range of motion here, and 2, so we get a nice stretch through the leg, and 3, keep the tailbone grounded in this series, and 4, and of course abs in, and 1 more time, and 5. Now let's stop with our left leg down. Let's do our half circle. Both legs are going to half circle out to the side, and then stop, and then retrace it going the other way and stop. So that's 1 set and 2. So we're doing these half circles and 2, or helicopter and 3. And again, we're doing this for our range of motion in our hips. So big range of motion in these circles, okay? Keep the waist long and keep the pressure through your foot. Keep it out of the back by really working the back of the leg. Now let's take both legs and put our feet, both feet, through that long loop. We're going to do dolphin just to stretch out. So press the legs out so they're squeezing together, and then hinge in, keeping tailbone grounded, and stretch the legs, and then bend back through your deep frog. And pressing out, and then legs hinge in. For more challenge, you can make this into your short spine roll. So legs hinge in and then peel the spine off, bend the legs into shoulder blocks. Keep heels still as you roll the tailbone down. Since we only have one red spring on, there's not a lot of help with the spring, so we really got to basically do this as if we were on the mat. So using our legs, our abs, our arms to create this smooth roll up through the low back, lifting up, and then knees to shoulder blocks, roll down through the spine. Let's bring the heels in and switch sides. So let's take our other strap and place it around our right foot. Bend both legs in and square out the hips. Open the chest. Let's start with our reciprocal pattern. Straighten and bend for 1 and 2 and 3. Have the rope track inside your knee. So if you have to do a little bit of turnout in your thigh or your femur, then do that to allow your strap to travel inside the knee rather than outside. Let's stop with the right leg straight. Reach the left leg up. Let's go to our scissors for 5. With these single leg and strap exercises, we have to really focus on powering through the leg that's in the strap so that we can keep our waist long and not push from the sides or push from the back. So work on, pressing with the arms, pulling the abs in, and finding a range of motion where you can keep this work in the leg. Let's stop in our scissor with our right leg down and now let's do our helicopter or half circle out to the side and then reverse it. So this one, maybe reduce your range of motion a bit if you feel any sort of pulling in your back. And 2 and 3 and 4. Keep the weight even on the back of the hips. Keep the weight right centered on the sacrum. And that's 5. So let's put both legs in and let's do our dolphin or maybe short spine. So with both feet in, bend the legs in, ground the tip of the tailbone, then press the legs out straight. Now hinge the legs in, keeping tailbone grounded, then bend back through the frog. What I love about these is how we're being pulled off center by this spring to one side. So we really have to work to keep our low spine stable. For the next 3, we can add in our short spine, hinge at the hip, peel the low spine off by pulling abs in, bend the knees to the shoulder blocks, and then roll down through the tailbone. Bring the heels back in and press out again. Inhale, press out. Exhale, abs in to roll up. Bend the knees in, inhale. Exhale, roll the tailbone down. One more time. Inhale out. Exhale, legs are active, squeezing together as we lift up. Knees to shoulder blocks, inhale. Exhale, roll down through the spine and bring the feet in. Let's take our feet out of this loop and roll up. We're gonna do an arm set now, so we need to do a couple of changes. Let's take our bar to the high bar position. And let's change our spring to a yellow or a blue. I'm gonna put mine on a yellow. You may want a blue if you want more challenge. Then let's come to a cross leg position. Sit really close to our foot bar and lift the chest up. We're gonna place our hand forward of the shoulder, reach the free arm out and jump. In this jumping movement, keep the spine still. So try to ground the sit bones and keep the ribs right over the hips as you jump. And this is 5. Let's add a rotation towards our foot bar. So we're going to jump out and rotate towards the foot bar and jump and rotate. And 3. We're going to do 10 of these. And 4. I really like this training because we have to organize through the shoulder in order to absorb this impact, and we're stabilizing through our core as we do this movement. And 2 more times. Jump out and rotate. Keep those sit bones grounded. Keep the abs pulling in and rotate. Now we're going to take a Z-sit position with our shin against the shoulder block, and let's hold on to our short loop with the inside hand. First thing, take the free hand and move it behind you. I like to put the heel of my hand right here behind me. We're going to bend through a bicep curl and then reach up on the diagonal and then come back down. So this arm pattern, bicep curl and reach up on the diagonal, keeping shoulder down, is the pattern for this series. You can do it like that, or you can rise up, pressing hips forward by squeezing glutes, and then come back down. So you can add in that hip stretch with the arm reach overhead. As we push up, we're reaching down through the knees and reaching long through both hands, powering with the glutes to find that stretch, and abs in. Each time we sit down, Let's get that spine a little bit longer. And reach and down. Let's do one more time and reach. Squeeze the booty to press the hips forward, find that stretch, and then lower down. Let's turn and face front, bringing our feet through the shoulder blocks. Just lean forward and stretch for a moment, stretch out our back. And then let's turn and face the other way for our arm jumps. So let's come to our cross-leg position. Sit close to the foot bar, hand on the foot bar, free arm out to the side, and jump for 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now let's add rotation towards the foot bar. Rotate, keeping the sit bones grounded. So we're rotating our ribs. We've got our arms reaching out to this T position. Feel the back of the shoulders activating to hold that T. When we rotate, let's not let the arms swing in front of the chest, but instead keep the arms straight out to the side and keep that open chest position as we rotate. This is just like spine twist from traditional classic mat series. Same arm pattern. One more time, and twist. Cool. Now let's go to our Z-sit position, and we're gonna take our rope and hold on to our short loop with the inside hand. We're gonna take our other hand and place it down behind us. And let's start with our arm pattern only. So we're gonna do bicep curl, reach on the diagonal, and return. And again, bicep curl, reach on the diagonal, and return. If we wanna add more challenge, we bicep curl and then we squeeze with the booty to lift up into our high kneeling position each time. When we're in our high kneeling, let's press the hips forward by squeezing the glutes and keep the spine really long. Abs are in, and reach through both hands. I wanted to make sure we got a hip stretch in today. And so this is the way we're doing it, our big hip stretch. And let's do 2 more times. Up, good. And last one, shoulders down and reach long through both hands and coming down. All right, I've got one more stretch for you today. Slightly different setup. For this reformer, since it's down on the ground, I have it on 1 blue. If you have a reformer that's lifted up off to about 12, 14 inches, a standard, have it on 1 red. In either case though, we have our bar up. So either 1 blue like me, 1 red if you have a higher reformer, and we're gonna do our inner thigh stretch. So we're gonna stand on one side, we're gonna take our right foot close to the frame, we're gonna take our left foot, place it flat down against the shoulder block, left hand goes onto the carriage, right hand on the bar, and we are pressing out and in for a stretch. We're keeping our hips long here and keeping our weight back in our hips, and we're pressing with both legs. Now, if you need to get lower, you can take your hand and reach through onto the floor as you press out and in. So find the range that feels good for you, that allows you to press with both legs and pull with both legs and keep your spine long. Reach the tailbone back, get that low back flat, and press out and in. Let's do one more time. We're pressing out. We're getting our great inner thigh stretch and bringing it in and rising up. Let's come to the other side. So we're placing one foot down, basically at the level of the springs, taking the other foot flat right up against the shoulder blocks. So this is our right foot. We've got right hand on carriage, left hand on bar. Let's press it out and in. So we're just finding our setup first, making sure we've got our hips reaching back and feeling good. Again, we can reach our hand in towards the floor if we want to be able to get down lower, and pressing out and in. Or maybe you like your hand on the bar. Choose the one that allows you to keep your spine position long, keep the tailbone reaching back, and find a stretch that's even, pressing out through both legs and pulling in through both legs. Let's do 2 more times. Out and in. And 1 more time. And out and in. Bring that carriage in and rising up. Thanks for choosing to spend this time with me today. I hope you're feeling good after this workout. We did a lot of single arm and single leg challenge as a way to try to find our asymmetries and then also create new neuromuscular patterns or wake up neuromuscular patterns that will help even out our asymmetries. So please come back and do this one again. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope to see you in another workout. Bye.